Billy Billy
Ashe, everyone. This is Billy RL, real life. I'm here in the Resistance Studio with a few of the team members that are also here. They're somewhere in the studio. I want to talk about something that I am sure all of you all have heard about, especially if you follow the entertainment industry. Will Smith, actor Will Smith, and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, they are being accused of sex crimes right now. Um, and there is word going around the industry that Will Smith sexually abused actor Bashir Gray. Now, if you remember, Bashir Gray played on the Fox hit series Empire. Well, it is going around that Will Smith sexually abused him and sexually abused him so much that Bashir went loco, and he is still loco to this very moment. Well, there is a guy who is Will Smith, well, was Will Smith's longtime best friend, and his name is Bilal. And Bilal went on to this YouTuber named Tasha K. He went onto her podcast because that's what YouTubers have. They have a podcast. He went onto her podcast to be interviewed by her about the things that Will Smith has done behind closed doors in terms of sexually abusing not just Bashir Gray, but several others in the entertainment industry, including Will Smith's secret lover, Afonso Ribeiro, being a part of it. Well, when he went on the Tasha K podcast, he came with, as they call it, receipts. He had receipts proving everything that he was saying about Will Smith and about Jada Pinkett. He came with receipts that showed photos, receipts that showed court documents. And during the entire interview, Tasha K, she was doing the most, being over dramatic. Oh, when you're allegedly, if you see the interview, you would think that this woman is high or drunk. That's the way she's acting in this interview. On top of that, a lot of the things that he was saying, right when he was about to get to some really juicy information, she would cut him off right when he was about to get to it every single time during this entire interview. Now, not long after he had this interview, this man, Bilal, ends up in the hospital with pneumonia. Not only that, he is now, according to reports, and I and the team, we believe that the reports are true, he's brain dead. And the doctors are telling his sister, you might as well take him off life support. And those who are YouTubers on YouTube who know about the situation, they are doing their rounds of telling this sister through their videos, do not take this man off of life support because they want him off of life support so that he can uh, not survive and Will and Jada can, go on with life as usual. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to this week, Will and Jada announced that they are back living together as a married couple and they are doing better than ever. Well, I guess they are. I and the team, we guess they are because the one who had all the information about all of their nasty sexual behavior, that man is in a hospital bed, basically struggling to survive. And I should also say as well, not only with Bashir Gray being a victim of Will Smith, but someone else was a willing participant. Now, this person wasn't a victim, but a willing participant with the sexual behaviors of Will and Jada. And that person is Dwayne Martin because Bilal said that he caught Will Smith having anal sexual intercourse with actor Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin being the ex-husband of Tisha Campbell. So now, again, if you have been following the entertainment industry, especially when it comes to people like Jaguar Wright and Bilal and Bashir Gray, you already know what is going on with Bilal and Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and Bashir Gray and the like. So now, as I said, Bilal is in the hospital. There are reports that he is brain dead, and they are trying to encourage the sister to take him off of life support because he's on life support. You see, people don't realize everyone on YouTube is not just a YouTuber, just as it is with these organizations, especially the ones of old, the new Black Panther Party, the Rainbow Coalition, just like how it is in the entertainment industry, like it is on the streets. You have informants, but the informants do not let the people on the streets know that they're informants. They pretend like, hey, I'm just one of the guys. YouTube is no different. On YouTube, you have YouTubers and then you have spies slash agents. And these spies slash agents, they are working for the dark forces. Tasha K is one of those people who are working for the dark forces. This is why Tasha K has over 1 million subscribers. Tasha K is a person who has signed her name in blood. And you would say, well, then if that's the case, why doesn't she have a show on television? Well, she hasn't gotten to that level yet. But the level that she is on is a level whereas you can only be on that level if you sign your name in blood. She is on the level of Mr. Beast. Yes, she is. Now, not financially, but in terms of attention wise. Tasha K is a agent. And Tasha K interviewed Bilal the first time. And when she interviewed Bilal the first time, some time back, he had given information. Yes, he had told about Will Smith, the undercover homosexual, because that's what Will Smith is. He's an undercover homo. Um, he had told about Will Smith, the undercover homosexual, having sex with Dwayne Martin, and he told a few things, but it wasn't the level of information that he told during this recent interview that he had with her this second time. And the reason why Tasha K wanted to have Bilal on her podcast to interview him a second time is because the powers that be who run Hollywood, they told Tasha, you got to get him on. Find out what he knows. Now, we know a little bit of what he knows and what he is planning to do, but we don't know it all. Get him on your show and get him talking. And try to convince him to bring in the evidence that he has so we can see what he has. And that's the only way we can stop him. This is why Tasha K had this man on her show. And he came with receipts, as the people say, the photos, the documents, all of that. And when he came with all of that, and he gave her copies, Tasha K took those copies back to Will, back to Jada, and back to the ones who control Will and Jada and the entertainment industry. And so after Tasha K gave this information to Will and to Jada and to the powers that be, they saw what he was going to do, where he was with his information, and he said, okay, now we tried the first time to stop him because they did try the first time to stop him. They tried to run him off the road, and I believe he said they did run him off the road and he almost died. He survived that time. This time they said, okay, no, we have to get rid of him because he has all these court filings, he has photos, he has this, he has that. We have to get rid of him because if the public were to find out what you, Will, and what you, Jada, really have done, it's over for you all. And if it's over for you all, that means we don't get our cut. And you know that as long as you are our puppets, because all of these A-list celebrities are puppets, as long as you are our puppets, you have to pay up. And how can you pay up if you have been exposed? We got to get rid of Bilal. And this is what they have done by putting this man in the hospital. Um, Honestly, I and the team have to say we don't think he's going to survive. Absolutely not. If he does, it has to be a miracle from the universe. But we think this is a done deal because when the elite want you out, no, the first time they may fail, but the second time, oh, you're gone. Just ask Easy E. Oh, wait, you can't. He's dead. That's what they did to him. They even had someone who a lot of people in the Black conscious community look to. They even had her to come out and try to discredit Bilal. Who is the her? Jaguar Wright. I keep telling people Jaguar Wright is in there too. Jaguar Wright has been head up in the ass and in the front. She's been to those parties and she enjoyed herself at those parties. She is someone who's just like Alex Jones. She's playing the field. Because according to Jaguar Wright is saying, well, Bilal wasn't saying this until I said it first. Who cares, lady? Who cares if you said it first or not? The fact that he's doing what you aren't doing. Because the only thing Jaguar Wright is doing is talking about it on podcasts. Bilal has taken it to court, something Jaguar Wright has never done. Because if she has done it, then why is it that there is no court case that is between Jaguar Wright and Will and Jada? No, the only thing Jaguar Wright is doing is just going on podcasts to get attention to say, hey, look what I know. Knowing darn well that Jaguar Wright is on the same side with Will Smith. She is. Because it shouldn't matter if the information came from you or it came from Bilal or, hey, if it even came from Barack Obama, for example. Who cares? As long as the information is getting out so it can be exposed. But it seems to me and the team that Jaguar Wright was upset that Bilal came out with his information, which speaks volumes to me and the team about Jaguar Wright. Not including the fact that Jaguar Wright lied on Omar Gooding and his day. Um, Jaguar Wright is another agent. He is another agent. And so the biggest fault that Bilal did was taking himself onto a podcast of an agent because that's what Tasha K is. Do you know why the case against Tasha K that came from Cardi B went away? Because they told Tasha, if you want this to go away, you're going to have to sign yourself over. And she did. And this is why the case went away. Because when Cardi B wants something, she's not going to stop until she gets it. This is a blood. And when I say blood, I'm talking about a gang member blood. She is a blood. She is not going to. And so by Cardi B being a blood, when she went after Tasha K, if it had not been for the powers that be that control Hollywood saying, wait a minute, Cardi, if we get her to sign, we'll give you we'll front you the money ourselves. If it hadn't been for that, Cardi B would have continued to go after her until she got what she wanted. But Cardi B stopped because the powers that be came in and said, look, we'll let you get away from all this if you sign. And that's exactly what she did. The biggest mistake Brother Bilal did was going on Tasha K's podcast. I understand you want that information out, but when you have information like that, you have to be careful with who you talk to in your trying to get the information out. Now, I'm going to go on the white side. This is what happened to Roddy Piper. When he went on Alex Jones' show, that made him marked for death. That's what made him marked for death. This is why you had, and so many others who, well, I'm going to go on this podcast, I'm going to go and interview with this person and interview with that person, and you have no idea who you are going on the podcast, whose podcast it really is, who you are really interviewing for, and you end up being one of the loose lips sink ships examples. Um, this is why Tasha K has not come out and said anything about Bilaal being in the hospital. And she's not going to say anything about it because she knows why he's in the hospital, fighting to survive, because she was behind it. And I would not put it past the fact that Tasha K and Jav were right on it together. I would not put it past the fact because I and the team, we don't like Jaguar Wright because we know she is a snake. And so let this be a lesson to any one of you all out there who are looking to expose these celebrities. If you have information about these celebrities that you know would incriminate them, be careful. Be careful what podcasts you go on to. You can't go and talk to this one and that one without doing your research. And Bilal really trusted Tasha K because you saw in the interview he's laughing with her. Yeah, you know I got you, girl, and all the time while he was laughing with her and she was laughing with him, she knew in the back of her mind, I'm going to report you in to the powers that be. Because one of the biggest signs was her continuing to say, and and all of this stupid shit. It's not allegedly. It's not allegedly because the man is sitting right across from you with receipts. He has the photos, he has the court documents. So what is alleged about it? Nothing. But she's saying that because, see, that's what you would call manipulation, gaslighting. That's what that is. Um, Look, people, I'm interviewing him, but don't believe it. This is all alleged. That's why she kept saying it. And see, unfortunately, Brother Bilal was not up on his game to pick that up. Because if that had have been me or any one of us on the team, and she kept saying, I was like, look, Tasha K, if you want to continue to say this, I'm walking out. Because there's nothing alleged about this. Do you not see these receipts there? That's what I would have said. But see, that was her way of, in a subtle way, discrediting him to the public. That's what that was about. And after he left from that interview, because he told her as well where he was residing, he is no longer in the, well, he was, because, you know, at this point, he was no longer in the United States. He was living outside of the United States, but Tasha K knew exactly where he was, what country and everything. And she took all of that back to the elite. I'm telling you, you all, when you, if you were to find out something incriminating about these A-list actors, actresses, singers, rappers, directors, filmmakers, you can't just, well, I'm going to go on Alex Jones show and talk about it. I'm going to go into Roland Martin show and talk about it. I'm going to go on Tasha K's show and talk. Even Willie B is an agent too. I'm going to go on Willie B. You can't do that. You cannot do that because you're going on these people's podcasts on YouTube, not realizing these people are going to take what you say and they're going to report it back. Well, this is what I found out today. No, this is all information. That's what they're going to do. You have to be careful because, see, Will and Jada, they look like regular people. Oh, shit, I couldn't even have been afraid of no Will and Jada. But you don't realize that there is a whole entity of controllers behind Will and Jada. And those controllers control Will and Jada. And so when you go up against Will and Jada, you're not just going up against Will and Jada, you're going up against Will, Jada, and the whole entity behind them. And this is why you have to be smart. So this is what I and the team want to say. And I do want to say this one thing too. let me backtrack. I do want to say one thing to Jaguar Wright because she is just like Tasha K. And a lot of the things that she says, just like, and I will say this again, we found out through research and through our sources, she lied on Omar Gooding Jr. and his father. She said some things about Omar Gooding and his father that were absolutely incorrect. But people took her words as gospel because she's Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright has and still does go to those damn eyes wide shut parties. Oh, she's there. She is there because if she wasn't there, she would be right where Bilal is. She still goes there. She still hangs out with that crowd. And so, but what she's trying to do is, if the attention continues to be on her, then people, because she still does her singing thing. And I believe she has websites and things. So if the attention continues to be on her with people believe, oh, Jaguar Wright, she know, I believe you, Jaguar Wright, I'm behind you. That's a way of her getting support, financial support. And so I am telling you, Jaguar Wright, I say this to you, and excuse my language to the listeners out here. Cut the bullshit, Jaguar. Cut the bullshit. Because if you were really against the evil ones in Hollywood, you would not have counteracted what Bilaal said just because Bilaal said it and he got it from you. The reason why you counteracted it because you did not want that information out, not the way he's telling it. Because he went further in telling much more than what you told. And see, the things that you're telling are just surface things. So cut the bullshit. Because at one time, I and the team, we thought a lot of Jaguar Wright. We were for her, we stood with her until after we began to do our investigative researches, and until our sources came back and told us that she's one of the many who are agents, who are puppets of the Illuminati. If you have any common sense, anyone out there, stay off the Tasha K's show. Stay off it, that's what it is, a show. Stay out of her off of her channel because everything you say, she'll make you think and feel that she's with you. But believe you me out there, we the resistance team, we do our investigative research. We have sources. We travel to make sure that these things are what is going on and is said is true. And then I myself, along with a few of the other team members, we have insight. Stay off the Tasha K's show. She's there, you'll feel comfortable around her, and you think that you can be able to talk and just let loose. But she and Jaguar Wright, they are the two that goes back and tell everything that you said. Please, this is why Jaguar Wright today, she's not in the open like she used to be. And now this Tasha K. Stay off of her podcast. Stay off of her show. She's no good for you all. Now our black brother is there, and they're saying that he's brain dead, all because of being on Tasha K's show. Yes, and what he's saying about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, yes. We, the team, we believe is the accurate truth. We believe it's true. But going on her show, she went back and she told everything and she showed everything because Bilal left papers there with her as evidence so that she could go over and see he trusted her. One thing we, the team, I myself, WRL, would like to say before we depart from you all, I'd like to say one thing. Please take heed to what I, Billy RL, real life, and the entire resistance team is saying to you all. They will make you feel comfortable. They will say what you want them, they will say what they want you to say. But we have more puppets now than ever. We have more in-house ends than ever. We have more tokens than ever before. They're out there and they are making you all feel comfortable and you don't realize it. Don't trust what you're saying. And anyone that goes on Tasha K's show, anyone that talks to Jaguar right, you are making the biggest mistake of your life because whatever you say to one or the other, especially Tasha K, they're taking what you say and they are recording everything that you're saying and they take it back. She is your worst enemy. Both of them are your worst enemy. Because we really thought a lot about Jaguar Wright until we found out what's what, and then our sources came through and told us. And then with insight, you see, when we have insight, we want to make sure that the insight that we have is correct. And we know it's correct. We know it's correct, but you'll have people out there will make you think that it's all your imagination when I myself was having this when I was a little girl and thought I was losing my mind. So this is what we're saying to you all. Stay off the Tasha K show. Stay off that show. She's not your friend. She's your enemy. Be careful of what you say to Jaguar Wright. Be careful to any of those out there. We have more puppets than ever before. Have more of it. Why do you think Denzel Washington came out of there? Yes, he's a puppet, but he don't socialize with them anymore because he's found out the real about what's going on. So people, wake up, recognize, and know what's going on. We're hoping that Bilaal will get better. And we say to his sister or any of his family members, don't listen to what the hospital and the doctor says. Don't take him off of that machine or what have you. Don't pull the plug on him. That's what they want. Don't do it. And as a matter of fact, what you all should do is get another doctor or take him to another hospital. Because doctors nowadays, they want families to pull the plug. They want to stop these people. So we give our, even though he's not gone physically or mentally, they say he's brain dead, but we don't believe that. But we give our deepest sorrows, condolence to him and his family. Because when that man was on Sasha K's show, he was telling everything the truth. You could see it in his face. You could see the veins popping out of his head. Jada Swift and Will Pickett, they did this to him. They did this to this other little guy, Bashir Gray. And that now he's all messed up. And so many other people. Send your blessings, send your affirmation, your spiritual affirmations to him, his sister, his family, and hoping and trusting that he will be able to come through. And if he comes through, keep him away from Tasha K. Keep him away from that woman. You all better wake up and recognize they're walking among us to find out what we know, what we have said, and what can be done to shut you all up. Shut us up. So this is all I want to say. This is me, Billy RL, real life. I would like to know what you're thinking. I would like to know what's on your mind. Come back with feedback. But I go to the team. We don't want any foolishness because we're not about that. And for God's sake, we don't believe in God's sake, that God is in us. Send wording to his sister and his family. If you out there, you know your prayers, then send your prayers. Whatever you think or feel may work for you all. But this man who's laying in that hospital and somewhere in his subconscious state, he's thinking he has no friend in the world. And he's realizing now that how he got into that hospital is stemmed from Tasha K. This is me, Billy RL, real life. And knowledge is obtained, whereas power is gained. Use it and don't abuse it. And people out there, use your power. You have gained it. Use it. Reach down within yourself and turn that fuel light up and use it, but use it in the right way and for the right in the right directions. Use it because you have it. Power. Power to the people. Billy Ario and the entire resistance team. Until the next time.